Max Weber suggests an ideal model of bureaucratic organization in modern society. The bureaucracy will have 8 features, which can be grouped in 5 main principles: principle of hierarchy, principle of specialization, principle of continuity, principle of replaceability, and principle of legal authority. In Hong Kong, the public service has long displayed well-being characteristics. Civil servants have careers for life and are employed on fixed salaries and organized in hierarchies. After the handover, the newly established HKSAR was confronted with tremendous problems in governance. Poor policy formulation, coordination, and implementation did relate in part to the difficulties in which the government found itself. In the following, we will look into the performance of the government and administration in terms of efficiency, policy coordination, and the relationship between principal officials and civil servants. For starters, hierarchical structure is set to promote efficiency. However, in a top-down centralized hierarchical system is the Hong Kong civil service, it needs adequate channels of communication to avoid potentially conflicting policy objectives and implementation. On the one hand, most departments do not usually encourage much upward communication of information in concerning the senior officers. On the other hand, bureaus need the advice and ideas of senior departmental officers in policy formulation. It can be seen that this is a duplication of resources that contribute to slower decision-making, jeopardizing efficiency. The organizational changes resulting from the POAS also caused some confusion about the lines of command in newly created bureaus and merged departments. The Penny Stocks incident would be an example. Coordination would be easy if the division of labor involves only simple distribution of workload. The degree of interdependence of the subtasks is minimal. The information and expertise involved in accomplishing the subtask is minimal. Every actor involved in the collaborative efforts is totally altruistic, and more importantly, knows what is good for the overall performance of the collective, and the environment is stable, with clear client and performance measures. In public policy and management, however, these 5 conditions rarely exist. Trust and reciprocal relationships among themselves is the key to effective inter-agency coordination. The CSC was an important smoothing mechanism for coordination, not because it itself managed to coordinate policies. In fact, a small number of important policy issues could reach the CSC. The importance was that it served as the final court of arbitration by the CS. Its existence posed a strong signal to the departments and bureaus in enhancing coordination. The chief executive's proactive approach changed the equilibrium. Policy ideas no longer come from departments or even the bureaus, but from above. The governance of the HKSAR in the last few years has been characterized by numerous plans proposed by the chief executive for Hong Kong's development, further create difficulties and confusion for the government bureaucracy. Since the handover, the HKSAR government has been shifting away from the traditional principle of positive non-interventionism. The AO Grey has also gone through significant changes after the handover. Since CE and his political allies adopted a more proactive approach, they became the second power center other than the CS. It harnessed the solidarity of the AO Grey, but also took away the focal point that had been represented by the CS and the CSC. Since 2002, the accountability system has problem of coordination. Thus, the principal officials come from different sectors of the society, with very different backgrounds, unlikely to share common visions on many policy issues. Moreover, each of these secretaries has own policy portfolio to be accountable and hence exacerbates the problem involved in coordination. Civil servants expressed their opposition to these appointments in the discussions on the Civil Service Code, since the appointments were patronic rather than mere appointments. Replacing senior civil servants with political appointees does not necessarily mean that the two parties work well. In fact, given that most of these appointees have little or no understanding of the operation of the bureaucracy, and that there's no basis of trust between them and their civil servant subordinates, the problems are overwhelming.